RITC Cybersecurity, empowering businesses with robust cybersecurity protection.
Welcome to Ciphered Reality from RITC Cybersecurity, where the real threats of the digital world come alive. This week, we're about to unravel the latest threats, expose daring hacks, and the dangers of the cyber world on the docket today. Simplified cybersecurity and AI, along with some jaw-dropping headlines. On Ciphered Reality, we are unleashing cybersecurity tips and tricks that could be the difference between safety and disaster for you and your business. I'm Mark Rotundo, joined by my intrepid co-hosts, the dynamic duo Mari Cherry and Nikki Rodriguez. Are you ready to discover what's really hiding behind the screen? Connect with us at ritcsecurity.com/contact. And if you like the podcast, please subscribe. Now on to the news. All right, Nikki.
Okay. So we're going to recap on this story. It's from msn.com and it's entitled "An AI Bot is Running a Retail Store. Is This the Future?" Basically, this story is about a store that is run by an AI bot, and it is in San Francisco, and very small. This is an experiment that was created by Andon Labs. They also last year evidently had a vending machine that was AI powered. And they gave her $100,000 and access to a credit card, which is kind of interesting. So, security stuff, security risk, I kind of wonder about that stuff for sure with that. But we were kind of discussing human aspect of, so basically this bot is the boss and creates the schedules and basically runs a store like in a management position, but they're still human beings working as like the salespeople walking around on the floor, like retail within the store. So it's a very niche, very interesting.
Yeah.
So we were kind of discussing what the social aspect of this would be, because obviously there still needs to be some kind of human interaction, because I don't feel like in retail you can be fully AI. Like no one wants to talk to a robot or a bot the entire time. We get frustrated. Right. Like I was saying, even with like our our customer service calls, you call into the bank, everything's automated and you're frustrated and you just keep hitting 0 because you want to talk to a human.
Yeah.
So what happens when you want to talk to a manager in the store and it's not a person?
Yeah.
How's that going to work out?
Right. How's it going to handle those client and employee riffs?
Precisely.
Well, and the other thing is, if you come to the AI agent and say, "Hey, I need a day off. I'm scheduled on this day. I need a day off." Is the AI going to be? How are they going to respond to that?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
because they're going to look at their database and go, "Well, there's no justification for you to have the day off." Well, I need the day off because of X.
What if that's not programmed in?
Right. Exactly. Does not compute.
So. Yeah. And doesn't have empathy or sympathy because it's not human. So, and then we were saying too, later in the article, it talks about that on the second day of work, the AI bot actually forgot to schedule someone to come work in the store. So definitely there's flaws.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
No, it's not. We had mentioned before that, I think it's going to evolve a little bit. It might start out this way, and I think there's going to be a group of people that are going to enjoy it and have fun with it, but I don't think it's necessarily going to stay this version.
No, we were saying it's very niche. Like people probably go just because it's like the new thing and it's a fad, and to check it out because it's something different, then it's probably going to, like, my personal opinion, fizzle itself out.
I didn't see any description of an AI vending machine. I've been racking my head trying to figure out what AI would do in a vending machine. Vending machine, you put in your money and you get what you want. What's AI going to do for that?
I don't know. Interesting.
Unless the AI stocks the machine, which would basically be a smaller version of that store.
Yeah, I guess it could do that.
So
weird.
Just like the AI medical kiosks in China.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that.
So it's an interesting story. It'll be interesting to see how it evolves. I still think it misses the human element of, how is it picking what it's ordering? Is it just finding the top, 50 things on the web and going, okay, these are the things that we need to stock the store with. And now, based on the demographics that are sold in this area or what. So it's like, I don't know. It doesn't appeal to me.
Right.
But, like you guys said, there's a niche out there that might find this interesting. One of the things I did notice in the story is there was some professor, I think from Emory University, who's like, he basically said, I think people come there once because of the novelty and then never come back. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there'll be T-shirts like, I bought a T-shirt from AI.
Exactly.
So,
it's for the novelty at this point.
Yeah.
Like around here, they have some that are like, I was abducted by aliens and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah,
yes.
I've seen those.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot. I can't think of the word. I just had it. Variables. There's a lot of variables with human emotion that I feel like AI just can't compete with. Yet.
No.
Yet. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Do you guys remember that episode of The Big Bang Theory when Sheldon gets that app that reads facial expressions that tells him emotions?
Vaguely, yes.
No.
That's I was just thinking about that, but it only gives him 3 options. It's angry, happy, and sad, or something like that.
Yes, vaguely, like, I do remember that
and
episode.
It just creates a whole lot of chaos because, Leonard's trying to get out of something with Penny, and he's like, "No, I'm fine with it." And Sheldon goes, "No, I have proof. It's different. You just have proof you're mad," and shows him the app, and it's like, yeah, so
just causing problems.
Yeah. I just think of that when, coming from an HR and customer service perspective from an AI computer, it's like, I will attempt to read your facial expression.
I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah.
Not going to work.
You look like you're going to hurt me. I'm going to suck all the air out of the building and you're going to pass out and I'll call the police.
No, people want human interaction at a certain point. They don't. Socially, I don't think we're made to just be interacting with solely technology. Just I don't think it's going to be a thing. There might be some people that are okay with it, and that's great, but I think the majority of humans want human interaction at some level,
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
Just my opinion.
Definitely.
So
all
right, let's go on to our next one. So this is an interesting story. It's got 3 stories within one story, but it is entitled AI Anxiety is Turning Volatile. And this actually came from Yahoo Tech, yahoo.com or yahootech.com. And this talks about the story that happened a couple weeks ago with the 20-year-old man that lost it and decided that he was going to throw a Molotov cocktail at OpenAI CEO's house in San Francisco. And then he went to the headquarters and went crazy and was saying that he was going to burn down the building. And then a couple days later, somebody else fired a couple shots at the CEO's house. Completely crazy, right? So in this first part of the article where it talks about this story and this guy, it kind of gets into where they would like to study the effects of AI on society. Because what does it say? It says purported risk AI poses to humanity is why he lost it. Our impending extinction. So this guy is on one end of the spectrum where he's like the doomsday with AI and it's going to take over everything. And I know people that like say stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, it's not going to happen, you guys. Let's like take a step back. It's going to be a part of our lives from here on out, but it's going to have its purpose and it's going to fizzle a little bit. It's the new thing. So people are all over the spectrum of how they view AI and gloom and doom with it, or people think it's the answer to everything. It's all over the place. And we don't know how, like we were just saying, how this is going to affect society as a whole using so much AI. So professionals now want to actually study this, which I think is probably a good idea. Because we don't need any more people going off the deep end. They quoted the guy saying, "If you build it, we will die." Narrative. That's the narrative. If you build it, we will die. And I'm like, there's really people, he really believed that. Like he really believed that if AI continued on, that humanity was going to be wiped out. And I definitely, obviously an overreaction, just like people think that AI running a store and doing everything for us is also the best idea. So there's going to be like that sweet spot in the middle with it. So I think it's just like everyone needs to calm down and take a step back. So
yeah,
There's
wonder if
that.
there was
Ground.
a
Yeah.
podcast in the early 1900s when cars first came out, and they said we're all going to be dead because these cars are going to come out and they're going to run over everybody.
Yeah.
Podcast for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, it was big. Podcasting was big back then.
Yeah. In the early 1900s.
That's so funny. They did.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, you're not getting on board with that one.
I don't think so.
No, maybe a newspaper article. But I don't know about a radio, maybe.
Radio, yeah, good
Yeah.
on radio.
Radio was big back then. That's what
Yeah.
people listened to. That was their form of entertainment.
I guess it's kind of like a podcast,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
a talk
They
show.
used to listen to like soap operas and weird stuff that they would do like full blown like acting on the radio.
Yeah,
People didn't have televisions in their house at that point in time.
right.
Yeah.
That's
what
wild.
they did.
Sometimes I tell my kids that, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
They just can't wrap their brain around it. They're like,
Yes.
"There wasn't a TV."
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
My grandfather bought his first one in like 1955, and they were like the first one on the block with one. But it was like a 5-inch screen by 5 inches, and it was just like, and it was just a giant case.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I remember when there were only 3 channels, but or 3 main channels, and then you had a UHF channel and a VHF channel.
The storage shed in my backyard, actually, there was an old TV in it. It's probably like 12 by 12 screen, maybe, but the entire unit is enormous.
Oh, I'm sure.
I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, who would leave this? Why did you leave this? It's really cool.
It's an antique.
I think so. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's like, that's when, TV repairman was an actual job, right? Because they'd come and they'd have to change out tubes and all. And now TV repairman is haul it to the dumpster and buy another one at Costco.
That is correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Those
But
big old like tube. Did they call them tube TVs? Is that what that was called?
yeah,
Yeah.
they had tubes and diodes and cathodes and
Super heavy.
yeah.
Very heavy.
Oh yeah, a TV like the size of the one in my living room, if you could even build it, would probably weigh a ton. You know,
Yeah.
because
You own that size.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
You couldn't move it. You'd have to
No.
build it.
yeah,
Stationary.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, so going back to the story, because we,
Oh yeah.
we never do this,
No.
dear audience member. We never go on tangents at all.
Yeah.
No.
But going back to the story, there are, to your point, Nikki, a lot of people that are really paranoid about AI and
Yes.
don't have the cognitive ability to deal with or grasp, or they're in that, what's the word I'm looking for? Conspiracy theory world where
Yes.
AI is, created by a master race of aliens to enslave the humanity, and, or Skynet's real, or, I like the Terminator movies, but they are not documentaries. Okay.
Right.
And the last 3 kind of sucked. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But then there are those people, and I think the people on the other end of the spectrum are far more dangerous, that are like, oh, AI is just a perfect tool. There's no risk. We're going to do whatever we want with it. Let's install it now. There needs to be some healthy skepticism, and it can't be.
I agree.
I think that's good with anything, honestly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree completely. Yeah. There's a time and a place for everything, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with AI as well. There's a time and a place for it. It's good for certain things. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that. So
yeah. Continuing with that, we can go on to the next story. This is
this is part of the same story, which is kind of weird. I don't know how this writer wrote this, but it's actually interesting. There's some more topics in here. It talks about so we know that Anthropic came out with the Mythos model this past week, but they put it on hold, which I won't get into that. So at the same time, OpenAI has sent out a model or created a model called GPT 5.4 Cyber. And this one is to help cybersecurity professionals as well. And it looks like it's also to help with like military type stuff. It was interesting as I was reading into it. And it's to help with reverse engineering potential cyber threats. but what they're doing is they're only opening it to vetted organizations, researchers, and security vendors. So it's not like anyone can just get this. Like the everyday person is not going to be, downloading this on their computer or using
Well, the
this.
source code is stolen.
Yeah. Like what just happened with Anthropic.
Yep.
Whoopsies. So let's hope this doesn't happen with this, because this can be an extremely useful tool. Like we were just saying, time and a place. This can be a really good tool for safety. This can be great. This can be a good thing. But yes, that's why we're limiting who's allowed to touch it. It's not for everyone.
No.
So I thought it's pretty interesting. I mean, I like that these companies are doing this, and I think it's with good intention. And like Mike was saying, let's hope that the code doesn't get, released into the wild for everybody else to get their fingers on.
Yeah.
Because then it's obsolete and worthless at that point, honestly.
Man.
That's how I view it.
Yeah. Well, then it's a big risk. I mean, it just reminds me of when vulnerability scanners were first introduced into the cybersecurity industry. Everybody had to have one. And there was a big competition between the vulnerability scanner companies to find the most vulnerabilities. So they were reporting on everything. Well, the problem is you had non-technical people looking at these things going, oh my God, we have to fix all these things without putting any human intuition or knowledge behind it of going, oh, that's not really exploitable unless you're standing in front of it with a hammer, kind of thing. So, I've been on those wild goose chases with CISOs that really had no business being CISOs. I'm not sure they could spell CISO. But it is, you go down rabbit holes. Well, I'm just wondering, so the AI is going to find these vulnerabilities. That's great, but are they exploitable? What's the compensating controls? What's really there to prevent it? What, in theory, because something can be hacked, doesn't necessarily mean it can be hacked easily or that it's worth the time and effort to do so. So, so that's, these may be great tools, but I'm just worried that they're going to cause more problems than, you got to do it, right? Because someone else is going to figure it out before you are, I guess. But, when one of the things that we learned at a seminar that we were at yesterday was that they are working on legislation for the governance of AI and the ethics of AI. And, because it's definitely needed. The problem is that you have, 535 lawyers in Congress that just think they know better than everybody else, and they're going to try and put all these controls on it. And frankly, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Agreed.
And then the other group of people that I saw that were involved with were those titans of security like Microsoft and Google and, those kind of people. And it's like those people have no business being involved whatsoever. Microsoft creates more security holes than it fixes.
Yep.
Google's getting hit all the time. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, that's my soapbox for today.
I'm not disagreeing. I think all of that legislation needs to be fast-tracked. Because of the economic implications. People just don't understand. I'm like, you're hearing about all this other legislation with, like, you're complaining about economics and everything. I'm like, you guys, while you're fighting about this is happening in the background, and this is what's going to end up really taking out a lot of people. And they're just not aware of it or smart enough to understand it. Congress is too busy fighting about other things to really care about things that truly matter. And this is important, as we know. So it's just, I guess it's just sadly going to have to come to where more and more people get exploited and more people lose money and, more companies get hacked and banks get hit and something crazy has to happen for them to be like, we need to do legislation on this now. How have we never legislated this before?
Well, and what's worse too than not doing legislation is leaving all 50 states to do their own.
Okay. Yeah, there needs to be a federal guideline for sure on this one. Yeah. They need to set a precedence on it. It's kind of like, I look at it as like, for example, like there's federal minimum wage, right? And it's not much, but that's the minimum with like labor laws. That's the minimum the states have to do. It should be the same thing with cybersecurity. There should be a minimum that states should have to do for safety to protect people. And then from there on, if you want to get more strict or put, more bounds on it, that's your choice per state, and let your voters vote. But there needs to be something like a baseline. And right now there's just not that.
Yeah.
It's just not that. It's kind of scary. So that's my soapbox as well.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Your soapbox?
I don't have one at the moment. I think I'm too tired for that, but it kind of plays into my first news story is actually the Anthropic Mythos AI system. I got this from bgr.com, and it says Anthropic's Mythos AI system might actually create more cybersecurity vulnerabilities. Yeah. So how many vulnerabilities with AI is too many? So they're testing an unreleased version of its frontier AI model. Let's see, what was it? Claude Mythos preview. And they have found thousands of high severity vulnerabilities.
Yep.
Thousands. So they're not releasing it to the public yet, and that's really great. Thousands is a lot.
The bad news is you're screwed. The good news is we're not going to tell you how screwed you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, not yet anyway.
Yeah.
So that's not great. This I think was in your last news story.
Yeah,
Nikki,
a little
so
bit.
I'm not gonna go into it too much because we kind of already talked about it. But anyway, so yeah, that's fun. A lot more vulnerabilities to worry about. We're just creating more instead of trying to figure out the ones we already have, and I don't understand why that is happening.
One thing I can say is at least I can appreciate that Anthropic admitted that.
Yeah.
And said, hey, this is why we're not doing it. Because I think that's good that they're at least taking responsibility and being honest with the public. You know what I mean? Because like we were saying, the general public really doesn't understand AI. And so I think when big companies like that are, transparent, I can appreciate that. So I like that they came out and said, this is what's happening. This is why we're not doing it. I think that was smart on their part, honestly.
For sure. I just don't understand why they're trying to make more when the ones that the versions and models they already have need more work.
Right.
Yeah. You're just creating more work for yourself.
Speed to market, right? It's competition.
Yeah.
Damn the consequences. We're going to get this thing out.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Fine.
I don't know. I appreciate that they came out and announced that to press and everything.
Yeah.
I think that was good on them.
I don't think it's so much as an ethical stand as a plausible deniability stand from a legal perspective of saying we warned you that this is a problem.
Yeah.
And, we're doing everything so that if something happens, God forbid something happens, they come back to sue them, they're protected.
Covered as they should.
Yep.
As they should.
Yeah.
How many issues is it going to create in the meantime, though? Sure, they can be like, see, we said it wasn't going to be great, but how many issues are going to come from that?
A lot would be my guess.
Well, thousands so far.
But, yeah. You have to look at the number of unpatched systems in the world and all the other problems that are out there that, nation states are the ones who are going to be exploiting this first because they've got the resources and the time and the money. Whereas, if I'm a hacker or a cyber criminal and I'm sitting there and I've got my tool that works, what do I need to do this extra effort for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm wondering though, because we've brought this up in podcasts before, and it was brought up in the conference we were at, that these malware as a service, you don't have to have the same skill set as you used to be a hacker. So I'm wondering if when hackers or bad actors are met with these, what's the word?
Opportunities?
Well, I was thinking more like hang-ups when they meet something that they can't work through themselves. Is that going to create a lull, or will people who know what they are doing just kind of jump in and find a solution?
People who know something will jump in, or it will cause the hackers to do their own research and make them even better.
Okay. Yeah,
well, that's
maybe.
good.
That's good. Yeah,
this
for
is the
sure.
Happy Sunshine podcast where we're all really happy about what's going on in AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can move on to the next one. It kind of leads into our topic. So it was a really short story anyway. And it'll just kind of push us into the topic.
There's one piece real quick that I want to bring
Sure.
up. Is that as part of a remainder of Nikki's story is talking about Grok and the
the child exploitation bot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it was called like Happy Rudy or something like that.
It's called Rudy, and they found that you could have sexually explicit conversations with it.
No.
So it exposed children. They found, once again, this has been not the first time, evidently. So that's good, guys. It had AI generated sexual images and videos depicting real people. We've talked about this, like deep fakes. So it talks about that. It's deep fakes that were happening with it. So this is why you don't let your kids on the computer alone. You can't you cannot. They have to be supervised. Like anything, like we're saying, can be exploited, or especially with small children. Like I would really just don't let your kids on AI. Just don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for a little kid. Just there's no reason for a small child. For a teenager, you know what I mean? Like safeguards need to be put in place. Like this story is really sad and scary that children were exposed to this.
All I can say about the porn part of that is when I was 15, if I wanted to get a Playboy, I'd figure out how to get one. So you put a 15-year-old boy with the ability to get into AI and with, the crazy little hormone-driven mind, God only knows what's coming out.
Yikes.
Okay. Now, on to that. On to your next story.
All right. This is from WSHU.org, Why Simple Mistakes Lead to Major Cybersecurity Risks. So remembering basics in cybersecurity is always a good idea.
Yep.
And they said in this one of the biggest mistakes they see routinely is just people using the same password. Still. Or just variations of the same password, or they don't have MFA. And listen, I have not been doing this very long. And I am like, why is this still a thing? I can't even imagine people who have been doing this for decades.
Yeah.
What?
We don't need AI to hack people. We can't fix stupid.
No.
Mm-mm. So that leads us into our topic for the day. Simplified cybersecurity. Just pick a different password. Done.
Start
Episode done. Get a password keeper.
Yeah.
Enable MFA.
Enable MFA.
That's our podcast for the day, everybody. Because for real, why is this still a conversation?
I don't know.
Understand.
Because it's hard to remember passwords.
Password keeper.
So I'm going to tell you what I do.
Master password.
Like for my banking, I literally change it every single time. It gets changed every week. I change my banking password every week.
Yeah.
And then go through the multi-factor authentication. Just, I don't care. Does it take 5 minutes? Sure. It's 5 minutes out of my day, but it's my bank.
Yep.
Right.
I don't care if I do it once a week. I don't care if I do it every single time I go into my banking app. I'm going to do it because
prioritized.
That's my money and that's what they're going after. One of the number one things they go after, and I think that's what people don't realize, like, because people are like, I think the number one thing is people always go, well, what do they want with me? Okay, imagine if you said that, but 2 million other people say that, and they go around to 2 million people, and they get $5 from 2 million people. They got a lot of dollars now.
Yeah. And with AI, that's getting easier and easier, so it's not taking a lot of effort.
They don't need that much from you guys. They really don't. They need minimal because they're doing it to so many people. It's equaling out to large amounts of money when they're doing it. We've talked about in the past too, like social security numbers, why they're worth so much. You can open accounts in people's names. You can become another human being with a social security number. That is invaluable.
Yeah. Yikes.
So yes, you matter. Everybody matters. And even if you don't have any money, someone you know does, and they're going to try to get to them through you.
Yeah, like we've talked about your contact lists, there's all kinds of information that people keep in there. So even like you just said, even if it's not you, they can use you to get to somebody else that might have what they're actually looking for.
100%. So, because I read a comment like on Instagram post where some guy commented and I was laughing really hard at it. He goes, I don't care. They can look through all my old emails. I'm like, oh man, I want to be really unethical right now and get into your emails. Because
I'm
a
super
moron.
curious now.
Sir, I guarantee you've got your address or your phone number or something in there that I can get as identifiers that I can get to you in some way. Like, I don't want someone to have my personal address.
No.
And I guarantee in orders that you've made or whatever, it's in your email at some point in time. So yes, people want that. Then
it is for sure. Yeah. So with your sleuthing, how easy is that? Nikki, how easy is it to find people's information?
Oh, so easy.
Right?
So easy. And
you're not even using any tools, right? Besides like Google or something. Just your browser. Your web browser.
It's not hard to find information on people. And when it comes to personal identification information, you only need a couple different things from people to be able to access accounts. Like I could pretend to be you. So if I go on the internet and I look up like your phone number and your address, there's certain accounts that I can call and probably persuade someone into letting me into like changing stuff on one of your accounts. And people don't realize that. And so it doesn't take much. And I'm sure like even I probably have personal information out there. We all do, unfortunately, in this day and age. It's really hard unless you're like a government official or professional that where they've wiped that stuff. It's really hard because it's just out there and people don't realize like the more you protect, the better. Yeah.
Yeah. And just the simple things. Like changing your password. Don't share stuff online. That's another thing. People share so much stuff online that it's easy to just, especially if your profile, any social media profile is not private, then anybody has access to it.
So just limit what you have on there that's personal.
They talked about that yesterday too, as far as identity theft, right? It was, be careful what you share because there's people that will put everything on their profiles.
Everything.
So.
And then we've talked about too, they tag like where their location is currently in like photos.
Oh yeah.
Turn that off. That's how people were getting robbed for a while. I don't know if you remember those stories because people on Instagram and Facebook would take a picture and it would give the precise location. And some of these idiots would be like servers and people that work in the bar industry, like flashing how much money they made tonight, like who made $100, like 500 or whatever. And so they were having people go, okay, and find their location.
Great.
And they come find their house.
Oh gosh.
And then, like we were saying, it's easy to find people's addresses and stuff. You have your first and last name on there. You're flashing all this stuff in your house. Then people are looking you up online, which is really easy to do in this day and age, and then showing up and robbing people.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, couldn't you, even if it's just like a selfie and there you can see what's in the background, couldn't you upload that into Google and it could tell you where it's at?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's really easy.
Kids with cell phones making selfies is...
Turn off your location services, guys.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So...
I mean, I get that you have to use it sometimes, like when you're traveling, but you could have in your settings that it's only when you enter into an app or only this one-time use. Set it to that. And again, I know it's a pain in the ass. I know it takes time and it's frustrating, but I mean, you could be saving yourself literally like from being killed or robbed or something very serious or heinous happening physically to you, not just on the cyber side, but physically to you.
And the other thing they brought up is post about your travels after your travels.
Yep, exactly. You never do it while you're physically there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a few things too, just on LinkedIn of people that I've followed in the same industry, and they will snap pictures of people that are, they don't show the people, but just the example of what they're trying to portray.
Right.
And it's like little name cards on backpacks, like keychains, or little things like that you don't think about. It's fun. It's a novelty item. It's, maybe you got it on vacation, but it's just hanging on your kid's backpack or your backpack or random things like that. You just people don't usually think about.
Yeah.
Yikes. Exactly. Yeah. Little things to protect yourself that I think it's just, you don't think about it because I mean, I think the majority of people, unfortunately, don't think like a criminal
Mm-hmm.
or in that way because they're not innately bad, or you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so you're just living your life like you normally would. So just simple education.
I don't think people have the appropriate healthy fear of technology that they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll agree. I didn't.
So-
I didn't understand it until I got into this industry. I really did not understand it.
No. Mm-mm.
So
No.
it's something to be, I don't want to create terror or anything like that, but I mean, you got to respect the technology. And I've said this, I've been saying this for years, but if you need 25% of what I could do to you on a computer, you'd never turn the damn thing on. In case in point, and I know that you guys are going to do an episode on deep fakes up here coming soon on Guardians of the Grid, but one of the ladies on the identity theft just posted a picture of herself, and there was a 15-second AI generated video that just from a picture.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's why also you don't do, and I reposted from another cybersecurity professional that I follow about like the whole, the fads that go on, like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite? Because that's how they're actually harvesting for passwords.
Oh, yeah.
And then
well,
those
it's
are also
those
the
security
safe
questions.
Yeah, exactly, the security questions. So they do that to harvest, to be able to figure out your passwords and security questions. And then same thing with the AI picture fads that everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do the AI picture fads
Mm-hmm.
and post them. That, my gosh, you guys,
Yeah, I saw a ton this last holiday season.
so many.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they were cute. I'll give them that. They were really cute, but
I saw hundreds in my
Yeah.
Instagram feeds, like all my friends doing it. I'm like, oh no, guys,
do it.
stop
Yeah.
doing this stuff.
Well,
no more
and-
fads.
Where was the data stored? What
Yep,
kind of
exactly.
end user license agreement did you sign when you did it? Who actually owns that image, you or the company that created it?
yeah.
Yeah. I just read another story too with the apps in the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, that it was found, I forget how many apps were found to be like malware. It was an insane amount.
A huge amount in Google, especially.
It was a huge amount. I just read a story about that just literally yesterday. I think I was looking at it. It was pretty interesting. And I was like, dang, that's why, and we've talked about this before, with apps, make sure
Yep.
you verify. Go on Google, look it up first before you download it to verify that it's an actual app. And then look at who's put it out, if it's a verifiable source.
Yeah.
Like, don't just download
That's so
anything.
much work, though, Nikki.
I know,
come
guys.
on. it's so much work.
So I got a boring life. Sorry.
No, I'm teasing you. I'm on the same page with you.
I know.
I just know that that's what I would hear. That's a
Well,
lot.
and I used to be of
Yeah.
that same mindset until I didn't, got educated on it, really started understanding it. It happens all the time. I mean, in the past, I've had my bank accounts gotten into so many times
Have you?
in the past. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of the card readers. At one point in time, this is during COVID, I actually had someone steal my card information. They made a fake card and they were going to the actual ATM of my actual bank on a daily basis during COVID and pulling out the max amount that they could pull out.
No.
I have a really good a bank that I use. I use a credit union, and they caught it right away because there's obviously cameras, and I'm
Yeah, they're
assuming it
"Wait
was
a
like
second."
I'm guessing it was probably a male that was doing it because they immediately said, "We know this is not you. We're putting the money
This is
back."
not
And
Nikki.
yeah. So I was like, definitely
my
not
gosh.
me. They caught that one. So yeah, I've had interesting
Wow.
stuff. I had one lady actually, and I figured it out. Told you I was a sleuth. So I actually figured out who she was and I turned it into the police myself. This is back when I used to have US Bank. This is probably like over a decade ago. And I was living in Orange County and I started seeing all these charges. This lady actually opened up a credit card through a small privately owned bank in LA using my bank account. She then went on to pay an AT&T account, and then there was something else. So I called AT&T. They would only give me the phone number it was connected to, so I reverse looked it up. And then the bank account, I called that bank and they would only they wouldn't give up certain amount of info. And I kind of like talked the lady down, and then she verified the name on it. I was like, great. So then my best friend, his mom worked for a law firm, and they have the ability to look people up. So I gave her the first and last name of this lady. She looked her up. Guess what? She had prior fraud. So I took everything I gathered and I took it to the police department, and they said, how did you figure this out? I said, you're welcome. I did the work for you. Go arrest her.
Please handle this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she got busted for that one.
Good.
But she stole a decent amount from me, but I figured it out. Yeah. Told you I was
so fresh. You are. You are. Beware, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out, guys.
Yep.
That's really good at finding and gathering info.
Yes.
Did you guys talk at all about patching as basic cyber hygiene? Is keeping
No,
computers patched?
We haven't gotten there yet.
No.
Okay. So do not ignore the updates from your computer. Do not ignore the updates from your phone.
Yeah.
There's a reason those updates come out, because there's a problem.
Yep.
And there's hacks, and you may hear about them on this podcast, or you may hear about them somewhere else. But they do come out for a reason. They're not there to steal from you. However, when you do an update, make sure the security settings that you had in place are still in place after the update, because they will change things on you. And they will. I mean, can't tell you how many times, because I don't have Siri on. Siri has been turned back on after I do an update.
Yeah.
So
there was
different app settings.
Yeah, there was actually just a story by a hacker yesterday about an Apple patch from a flaw that deleted signal notifications in the FBI forensic case.
Nice.
Yeah, that literally just came out yesterday. I remember. I'm weird. I just sit and read news now by myself. But
oh, interesting.
Yeah, that one was interesting, and that's why you do your updates.
It messed with the notifications on Signal.
It stored deleted Signal notifications.
Okay.
And this
That's
was in
crazy.
the FBI forensic case. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that just came out yesterday, and this is why you need to. And a lot of people use Signal. A lot of people, millions across the world use Signal. And a lot of people thinking it's safe, like, oh, this is, people using it overseas. We have military members. That's how I would talk to people, friends that were in the military.
First responders.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah. It's another Signal gate.
Yikes.
But I mean, Signal's good. I mean, what's your other options? SMSs and plain text.
Yeah.
Right. WhatsApp is, or Snapchat. One of them is owned by Meta. You can't trust them. So, so, or Snapchat, I think is what I'm thinking of. Anyway, whatever it is. And then there's Telegram out there that, is a conduit for a lot of cyber criminality, but, that one's out there and it's encrypted, but the owner, the creator of Telegram got busted by the French like a year and a half ago because he wouldn't turn over encrypted data, and now you don't know what kind of controls and hooks that are in there.
Yeah.
So,
Yikes.
yeah. So.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Just make sure you're not putting anything in any of your messaging that you don't want seen.
Right.
Personal information. Just there's certain things, if you don't want it out there in the public, don't put it in any messaging system.
Yeah.
That's simple.
That's something else I feel like with social media that has adjusted. It's like people feel the need to share everything all the time with everyone.
God, yeah.
And so that's going to be hard for people to like step back and be like, actually, I don't need to blast this. I don't need to put this out there everywhere.
Exactly. I agree. That's you're right. It's huge.
Well, the flip side of that, that people don't see the consequences of their actions of insulting someone or getting someone's face because, oh, well, what are they going to do? Find me and beat me up? And it's like, you're that decorum. If you behaved in that manner to someone standing in front of you, it's not going to go well.
Right.
So, we've lost some civilization, lost some civility in our society. So.
Yeah.
Hiding behind computers or phones. Yeah. That happens a lot on social media too. People will just create accounts just to go troll people.
Yeah.
Just to be.
There's a lot of
A-holes.
bots. Well, there's bots that do it too, to just rile people up and cause discord as well.
It's
It's
really
pretty
great.
interesting. And some people are good at identifying it right away, and some people just way over their head. They don't understand.
Yeah.
I've seen many threads with people fighting with bots, and I'm just like, this is really amusing.
Don't waste your time, even if it wasn't a bot.
I'm just here with my popcorn reading this thread going, this is great right now.
I know. I actually love that when people will be like, I came here for the comments, and they have like a
literally, that's
popcorn
me. I'm
gift.
like, I love that because I love to read the comments. I love seeing people fight with bots all the time. And I'm like,
it's like, what are you doing?
this is purely entertainment for me right now. I love this.
Oh man. And that could ruin someone's day. Just
Well,
don't.
Unfortunately, a lot of what's put out in social media is psyops. It is, and a lot of people don't understand that also. And so it's meant to cause
Rage
discord.
bait.
Like I would say, discord and get people riled up. And then it's interesting because then the bots enter the chat.
Yeah.
And just make it worse. And there's people that are just buying into it. I'm like, this is fantastic. This is a great social experiment, you guys. I don't know why I find this so amusing. Something's clearly wrong with me that I find it amusing. I recognize what it is, so it's funny to me, but it's probably not funny to the people that are really
it's like reality TV.
It is.
Real time.
It's the new version of reality TV. That's a great way to put it. Thank you, Mari.
You're welcome.
That's great.
I got you.
I like that. I actually really like that.
Because it is.
It really is. It really is. I mean, I don't know. I guess people just
Real
need to
human drama.
take a step back and realize that social media should not be so overwhelming in their lives. Like, I use it as a tool now.
Sure.
And I'll say when I was younger, definitely I was using it for stupid reasons. And as I've gotten older and you take a step back, and now I use it as a tool to help teach people about cybersecurity and like what we do and stuff.
Spread awareness.
And that's predominantly what I use it for at this point, is to spread awareness to other people. I read a cool story about patches like that. That's what I do. I just put it back out there. I send you stuff too with that.
You did. That was interesting.
Her stuff is great. So like, I like what she has to say. I repost a lot of her stuff, and I'll tell people like, I agree with her. She's spot on with this. And I'm using it more for like a platform to actually save people from social media and on the cyber side now than anything else. So I think it's just putting in perspective, what is social media and how much do I really need to put out there, and don't put too much personal information. And it's entertainment at the end of the day. You have to understand it's entertainment.
Yeah. That's a good way of looking at it, and people don't.
Yeah.
People don't. Entertainment or educational. Educational, that's tricky because anything could be on there. So you have to really check where your information's coming from. But
that's
use
like
it for
with the
personal stuff.
Again, the psyop stuff. It's like once you start realizing that a lot of it is just that rage bait, I think you start not taking it as serious anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah.
Anything else along the lines of basics in cybersecurity that we missed, Mike? That we should cover real quick?
Don't
respond to texts from people that you don't know. Don't open attachments from people you don't know, either on email or in text. No one has a Ministry of Transportation in the United States, so you can pretty much ignore those.
that we know of.
And then if you get the random job offer,
the Amazon one you sent us the other day was hilarious.
I know, that sounded really great though.
Yeah.
Sorry, RITC. I'm quitting going to work for Amazon.
Right.
For an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, making $8,000 a month. That's awesome.
That's a dream job.
Why do I even work for this company, guys?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike, but we'll see you later.
Sorry.
Glad I could help. And then, you just got to keep your eyes open. The thing that you have to realize is that with AI, phishing is getting more and more efficient.
The one you sent us in that email the other day, I was like, I at first was like, wait, what is he sending me? I was like, oh my God, how many people is this being sent to all the users? It was for a crypto wallet.
Yeah. Ledger.
Yikes.
And it looked so real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's getting good.
It was good.
Yay.
Yeah.
But, you know, when it starts out with, the email name, which is not my name,
Yeah.
you need to update. It's like, well, you guys screwed up on that one, didn't you? But I have one email account. It's a Hotmail account. It's just for catching crap like that. Just
That's
to
hilarious.
see what's out there. So
I had one of those.
Research.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's funny.
So and that tells you how old it is. It's a Hotmail account because Hotmail doesn't exist anymore.
Nope.
My SBC Global account that I had since the internet started, finally got cut. I think like 4 or 5 years ago, they finally sent me a thing basically telling me like the server doesn't exist anymore. Sorry. It's like, I don't even think I've been on it in 20 years. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Right?
I forgot that even existed back then. That's wild. That was like from when I was like late elementary school, whenever the interwebs first, elementary school. For me, when it first came out, I'm like, I've had that email since like junior high. Like, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh. And they're like, hey, this isn't a thing anymore.
I'm like,
just so you know.
You guys can have it. I forgot about it.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
SBCglobal.com, which I think became like Yahoo eventually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Fun stuff. All right. Well, guys, change your passwords. Use MFA.
Yes.
Password keepers.
Don't click on things.
Keepers. Don't click on things.
Don't
patch,
post where
update.
you're at. Update, patch. Don't give your
antivirus software.
Location.
Anybody?
Yeah. Turn off your locations.
Antivirus software.
Yep.
VPNs.
That's a good one. Yeah. All good stuff.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
It's not as complicated as it sounds once you get in the groove of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It just becomes second nature.
Don't install software that you haven't investigated on your computer.
Yeah. Or apps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like AI agents that have God level access to your computers. Stay away from that.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
All right. Don't miss next week's episode of Ciphered Reality, where we unravel the stories you can't afford to ignore and review what happened in the cyber world in April. These stories might just change the way you see the digital world. Be sure to look for our videos on X, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Connect with us at ritcsecurity.com/contact. And if you like the podcast, please subscribe. Remember, cybercrime is bad. Love RITC Cybersecurity. Thanks for listening to the Ciphered Reality Podcast. Say goodbye to the good folks, Mari and Nikki.
Bye.
Bye.